Peace and love, family, peace and love. I hope everyone is having an amazing Friday. So I just finished day 4 of my live workshop, and I started an hour early. So I thought that I was on Central Time, and I ended up, I'm actually on Eastern Time because I'm in the States currently. So I'm just gonna do it again, and I'm inviting you to join me because a lot of people want to know, like, how do you make money and travel the world? So if you're not in my actual course, you're not going to be able to see my screen, so you won't be able to see what I'm showing my students, or not even my students, but those that are sharing space with me and have enrolled in the Let's Get the F Out of Here program. But I'm gonna just go through. You can listen. You won't see the screen, but take notes, y'all. I'm about to give you the gems. I'm literally streaming live from my live program that I'm doing again because I filmed, y'all, this whole episode, but I filmed this workshop. I'm like, where is everybody? I was an hour early. That's wild. Okay, so we're gonna get started. I was just telling everybody, y'all, that I was an hour early to the call, but I think I was an hour early because I was supposed to do it again for those that aren't here, and they can see what we talk about in our class. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, and so we're gonna just dive right in. And I hope everyone is having an amazing Friday. I'm so happy that everyone is here again. Like, I look forward to our evenings together and just catching up. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. So as you all know, like, this is the Let's Get the F Out of Here program. It's self-paced, but you also get this live workshop with me, and we dive deep into some components of living abroad, working abroad, and getting the F out of here. So here we go. Let me share my screen. All right. So this is day 4 of our live workshop, and today we're talking about, escaping the rat race, right? So we're conditioned to working like a 9 to 5 because it's a learned behavior. So someone taught us at some point that we're supposed to be working a 9 to 5, and that's just not the truth. That's something that was never in our nature. It's in our nature to be creative. It's in our nature to express ourselves. Like, you mean to tell me we were born with these unique gifts and unique talents to go work for a 9 to 5 somewhere? Like, heck no. Like, miss me with that. So what I want to encourage us is to dive into what it is that we're passionate about. Be confident to escape the rat race, and just really understand that it was not built for us. Like, the rat race was built for the rats, and we ain't rats. So what I'm saying here also, just statistically, the 9 to 5, framework, the 9 to 5 work schedule is built off of the anatomy of a male. So between the hours of 9 and 5, a man's testosterone is at an all-time high. So between 9 to 5, the man can get things done. Women, on the other hand, we have a 28-day hormonal cycle. So it's like, we might be feeling really inspired one week, and the next week we're like creative, and then the next week we're like in execution. So with that being said, to anybody asking me about the replay, no, I won't share the replay publicly, but if you're in the course, you can definitely get the replay. So anyway, so if you're tired of hitting the clock, if you're tired of contributing to someone else's business, or vision, like, this is for you. Like, today, this is for you. If you're ready to do life on your own terms, this is for you. And everyone in this group with me, I already know, because we've already all chopped it up. Personally, I already know where you guys are. I know that y'all ready to tell y'all story. I know that you're ready to take it to the next level. So let's look at some options here. And I do cover both employee and entrepreneur options. I cover it here, but I'm not promoting like being an employee, but I am promoting you doing what feels good for you so that you can create the life that you want, that you are deserving of, and so that you can just basically be free. So let's talk about employee versus entrepreneurship. So when you are an employee, you basically, have a set schedule. The beautiful thing about being an employee, you get benefits. You also are able to you know, like have some structure, because entrepreneurship, sometimes you don't know where that next dollar is coming from. Like as an entrepreneur, sometimes you have no idea where your next sale is coming from, or you know, you just don't know. So there's like that feeling of what's it called, you uncertainty. So employee versus entrepreneurship. Let's talk about being an entrepreneur. So being an entrepreneur allows you to determine your own schedule and your own hours. Ain't nobody telling you when to show up, and nobody's telling you when you can work and when you can't work, and nobody's declining your vacation. Like you have your very own schedule, and you determine that, nobody else. What I also want to share with you about entrepreneurship is the fact that you control your money. So I shared this example earlier when I worked for Delta. That at my orientation, I received a sheet that laid out every year how much I would get paid. So my first year, I think I was making like $25 or something an hour. And then at year 10, I'm at my max. So at year 10, I'm at like $73 an hour or something like that. So that was working for Delta, you know, a Fortune 500 company. So yeah, I can make good money at 10 years in, but as an entrepreneur, you can make good money like straight out the gate. It is no pay scale. You determine the amount of money you make by your products and how you show up and how you run ads and how you get yourself out there. So you control the amount of money you make as an entrepreneur. And then your personal growth. So I can personally attest to this. So I have had to, as an entrepreneur, I have had to learn marketing skills. I have had to gain experience in areas such as investing, financing. Like I've had to learn so many different things, because as an entrepreneur, it takes that. Like, yeah, I have my area of genius. Yeah, I have my area where I feel most creative. But when I was running my company by myself in the beginning, I had to develop some administrative skills. I had to develop some skill. I had to learn how to make reels on Instagram. Can you believe it? I did not know how to make reels when I started my company. No clue. And now I make reels all the time, but it's something I had to learn, and my sister showed me. So like personal growth, you develop skills and you gain experiences in areas that you never thought about before. And then as an entrepreneur, you're walking in purpose. And what do I mean by that? You're walking in purpose because, ladies, I guarantee you that your businesses are helping someone else, right? So each one of you will create businesses that will help other women. I know that because we've talked. So I know for a fact that you will be walking in your purpose as an entrepreneur. I know it. And any woman, right? Any woman, and you give her a business, it's going to most likely, if she's operating in her nature, it's most likely something to help the next person. Most likely. And so like, it's because naturally we're nurturers. So I can see you guys, I can see Drika, I can see you creating retreats, right? I can see you putting together these retreats and workshops for women. I see it all day long. I see you also creating just a safe space for people to come to be themselves, right? And so also, so walking in purpose, and then independence. You make your own decisions as an entrepreneur, period. Ain't nobody telling you what you can and cannot do. Now, on the other hand, and again, we live in a world where balance is a thing, polarity is a thing. So as above, so below. So if you have entrepreneurship, of course, you have people that you have to have both. We got to have people that are in that space. Keep people in their element. So employee is nothing wrong with that. Because think about it, like some people want that structure. Like I'm very close to a person that has like all the skills in the world to be a boss, but they just don't have that self-discipline to like implement it for themselves. Now if you put them in a CEO position, they gonna run that company. Or if you put them in a position where you're saying, okay, this is what needs to be done on this day, and then on this day I need this event done and this email, they are going to get it done, and they're gonna do it better than anybody. But again, like that's okay, that's their thing. So with being an employee, you have job security, you have a stable income, and you have guaranteed pay. With employee benefits, you can get health insurance for wine and dandy. And then you have community and purpose. You can build with your coworkers. You're all in the same place because you have like minds. So you can literally build, you know, have a work, what is it called? Like a work wife or a work bae. And so, and balance. You can literally have balance because you know for a fact, okay, I'm working today from 10 to 2. When I get off at 2 o'clock, I'm going to pull up on so-and-so and we're going to go have a good time. But employee, like an entrepreneur, like it's just what it is. You're going to be up late trying to get things done. So, you know, connections and balance. So it has, both of them have their pros and their cons. Whatever works for you, works for you. But the thing that I want to emphasize tonight is the fact that whether you're an employee or an entrepreneur, you can travel the world. Whether you're an employee or an entrepreneur, you can do what it is that you want to do, and you can live in Dubai, you can live in Sri Lanka, you can live in Costa Rica, whether you're an employee or an entrepreneur. So I want to go ahead and nip that in the bud right now. Like, you do not have to be your own boss to travel the world. And so tonight we're going to talk about remote. Let's just dive right in. So, you know, remote work, like working remotely, is just simply you working from anywhere in the world. So if you're a remote person, you literally have, you know, you can save money, you have the freedom to travel. Your schedule is pretty flexible. You have a work-life balance. Like, literally, that's all it is, working from anywhere. Location independence is being independent of one particular place. And so, so we'll just dive right in. So the next slide. So right here on the screen, you see 4 things. And these 4 things are very, very, very important in the entrepreneur industry, because if you have one of each of these things, you gonna make money. If you have one of these things, you will make money. I promise you, you will make money. And I like to always go back to like the statistics, right? So there's 8 billion people in the world. So if you serve less than 1% of the world's population, if you serve 0.02%, you have served 1 million people and you have become a millionaire. So you have to, in order for you to serve less than 1%, you have to actually be in a space where you're being visible. So the first thing first is lead generation. You want to have a platform. How can people even find you? How are you going to serve people if they don't know where you at? Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have an Instagram? Do you have a TikTok? Do you have a LinkedIn? Do you have a Pinterest? Do you have your own app? Do you have a retreat coming up? Do you have a meeting space? Do you have a restaurant? Like, where are people gonna find you at? Where? And so with that being said, you focus on one of those things. You focus on one way to show up so people can find you. And then you work on increasing your visibility. So now people have found you. So how do you build that relationship with your audience? Right? So they found you and now they want to know who you are. Oh my God, I found her because she is talking about this good stuff. So how will you build that relationship with them? Are you going to consistently post? Are you going to post content on social media? Are you going to host events? Are you going to attend events? Like, how are you going to build relationships and increase your visibility? So now people see you, they love you, and I'm sharing my personal experience. This is my framework. And so now they want to see you. So for me, I was casually on Instagram. I just learned how to use TikTok last month, but I was casually on Instagram. I started to organically build relationships with my audience by just sharing, hey, I got my credit fixed. Shout out to the Bureau Bully. Somebody tag them, please. So I got my credit fixed, right? And then I fixed my credit by learning this information. And then I realized, like, oh my God, there's freedom in this. So then I fell in love with the art and the idea of freedom, y'all. And then I basically was like, okay, there's levels to freedom. Now I want to travel. Like, I want to continue to reprogram my mind. I want to continue to unlearn, to relearn. So how can I make this happen? Like, what does the life that I want look like? So I started to share, my journey online, and people were like, oh my God, I can relate to her. So each one of you on this call, you have a story. You know that. You have a story, and people are looking to find you so they can relate to you, because a person that I can reach, you might not be able to reach. And a person that you can reach, I might not be able to reach. So we have these different gifts, and these gifts are, you know, so powerful. So now you're building your relationship with your audience. Now you want to have an offer. Oh, everyone loves you now. Now they're here. Now they want to know, how can I work with you? How can I meet you in person? Do you have an event coming up? Do you have a brunch coming up? Do you have a retreat? Like, do you have a book? Do you have a course? Like, what are you going to offer the people? What are you going to offer them? Are you going to offer them a voiceover? Are you going to offer them a consultation? Are you going to offer them is your offer to do their hair? Are you going to help them build their brands? Are you going to help them get their business credit situated? Like, what are you offering these? What can you create? What can your unique experience and your unique expertise create to be a valuable asset? So I transformed my knowledge of credit into an ebook. So now I'm telling everybody I have a 720 credit score now. Oh, how did you do it? Oh, I'll tell you how I did it in this ebook. Download my ebook. It's $80. Oh, okay, wonderful. Boom, a sale. And so there's somebody for everybody. And you can monetize your passion, absolutely. Like, that's why you have it, and it's okay. And so now you have an offer. How can people pay you? Are you going to get paid through Wise? Are you going to get paid through Stripe? Are you going to get paid through PayPal? Are you going to get paid through Venmo? Are you going to get paid through Zelle? How are you going to get paid? Boom. Framework for entrepreneurship. This is it. And so now you just got to do the work, and you just have to execute on this, because you already have the gift. You already have the expertise. Who cares what your work resume is? Like, what is your life resume, right? Like, who cares about, I mean, shout out to everyone with all these letters behind their name and the work that they put in to get these degrees. But baby, your lived experience is the degree. Your lived experience is the certification. I don't have a degree in credit repair. I don't have a degree in creating ebooks. I don't have a degree in, you know, helping and relocating abroad with the child. Like, I don't. It's my lived experience, though. So share your story. So I made $84,000 in 5 months from a digital product. Right here. And this is a screenshot of my dashboard and my revenue. So from February to June, I made $84,000 from something that I created a year ago. And so now I just travel and I do what I do for fun, because everything else is just on autopilot now. So I followed that same framework I just shared, created that product, made my offer, set up my payment platform, and now I get paid for something that I experience. I get paid for my lived experience. And you can do the exact same thing, because my experience isn't any better or any worse than yours. Yours isn't any better or worse than mine. We're just all uniquely made. There's somebody for everyone. And you literally can do this on a grander scale. And so everyone that I work with and everyone that I come in contact with, well, I'm just going to speak about y'all in particular. Like, I know for a fact that anything I can do, you can do better. Anything I can do, you can do better. And I'm so grateful that I have the lived experience already to share with you the mistakes and all the things, so that you could just do what I did better without all the extra stuff. Because I've made some decisions out of impulse that did not serve me. I made some decisions that I really had to just overcome, just because I didn't have a coach. I didn't have a person holding my hand. I was able to, my credit journey, I give all my credit to the Bureau Bullies and their free information in the Facebook group and their free information on Instagram. And then from there, just YouTube University. So, again, anything I can do, you can do better. So as an entrepreneur, we're going to dive into employee in a second. We're going to dive into remote work. But as an entrepreneur, you just have to develop a business mindset, and just know that business is about helping people. It's not about the money. If you move into a business to do something for the money might not come, because the intention is to help someone. So when I created my digital product to help somebody, I was not thinking about no money. As an entrepreneur, I made $8,000 my first month as an entrepreneur. And I thought that was a whole lot of money. I was like, oh my God, I just made $8,000 in a month off a book. And I kept screenshot. Like, it was exciting. But I never went into entrepreneurship with the mentality to scale to 6 figures or more. I wasn't thinking about that. What I was thinking about was freedom. And then the Most High, Allah, just blessed me so much and was like, baby, you doing the work. And I'm going to bless you for that. So business is about helping people, not about making money. But think about ways that you can help someone solve a problem that can make you some money. Because everything, your pain is to get you paid. Hello? Your pain is to get you paid. So figure out your passion and your skills. Are you skilled in speaking, or are you skilled in activating the power within? Are you skilled in helping people to look good? Are you skilled in makeup? Like, are you creative? Like, what is your passion? What is your skill? What are you about to like harp on, right? Like, what are those skills that you can monetize? Are you a great writer? Are you a great singer? Are you a great artist? Are you a great drawer? Like, what do you do best? And then take that and determine like what offer can you make based upon your skill set. Can you offer a sip and paint for therapy because you're a great artist, so you want a sip and paint? Let's say you love making cold pressed juices. So can you offer a sip and paint where you display your amazing juice or your amazing tea, and then you also get to guide people in creating beautiful art as a form of therapy? Can you host a sound retreat where you're playing frequencies and you're playing your music and your sound bowls to pretty much instill healing? Are you great with animals? Right? You know what I mean? Like, anything can be monetized, and it's not just monetized from your peers. There are government contracts, you have grants, you have people that want to just donate because they sitting on millions of dollars and they want to give it away. You have people that are literally looking for people to give their money to. Target is actually looking for you to walk in and ask for something because they have to give away a certain amount of money every year. And also you have like, it's just so much. So don't even think about monetization in the form of, but dang, my homegirl ain't got no money right now. Like, no, think about everyone has financial abundance, and think about it's actually impossible to think about the impossible, because it's just impossible to think about something that everything is possible. So it's like everything is possible. So with that being said, anything is possible. Someone can walk up to you. I was watching a YouTube video, right? And this woman was talking about how she helps. She was talking to someone about something with a child development, something with development in children. And she was at a grocery store just sharing her experience with this woman. And this woman was like, oh my God, you should teach this. And she was like, I don't really have the money to like create a platform. I don't have the money to do anything. The woman at the grocery store wrote her a check. At the grocery store wrote her a check. In the episode, the lady didn't say how much it was, but she said it was enough to get her business going. Go figure. Go figure. You're at a restaurant. Someone overhears your conversation and turns around and says, let me fund your business, right? Like, I can't tell you the amount of times that happened to me on so many different levels, and I just be like, man, God, you so good. So anyway, create your offer, figure out what offer you're gonna sell, and then find your customers. And you can find your customers through Facebook, through Instagram, through YouTube, through LinkedIn, or even going into. So that's entrepreneurship. So it's easy. If you do the work, if your intentions are pure, y'all, you can make anything happen. So now let's talk about just working remotely as an employee. So remote work as an employee is great because you don't have to clock into an office. You can have a beautiful work-life balance. You can, have a lot of flexibility, and you can live all around the world and work and have an income, a check every other week, or whatever days you get paid. But when you think about remotely working and you think about traveling, like, some of the things I want you to really, 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 really think about is the fact that you gonna need some internet. You're gonna need communication tools like instant messaging, like emails, like Zoom, CloudSource, something. So those are some things to really think about, because Costa Rica, baby, my power goes out. And one time, I told y'all this yesterday, like, One time I was downtown and the whole power in the whole town went out when I was walking to the four-wheeler, and I was like, nah, like, this ain't it. So, you know, just being mindful about where you choose to work from. And what I was showing you yesterday, that resource to go see like what places have the best Wi-Fi. Use it. Use that resource that I shared yesterday to basically determine what is the most remote work friendly place for you. And with that being said, like, you'll be good to go from there. And so how do you actually go about finding a remote job? So on the screen, there are several options for you to go and find remote work, but I'm going to focus on the first one, which is remote.co. And this is what I'm gonna focus on, because this website allows you, particular website allow you to work when you want to, as long as you work a minimum of 20 hours a week. So it's the most flexible. And then Working Nomads, so the other two, you can go and you can just see what positions they have offered. But once you find the job you want to apply to, they will make you what is it called, like, subscribe. So the other two, these two right here, this one and this one, they will require that you subscribe after you find a job that you want to pay for. But Working Nomads is amazing. So if you want this, what I'm showing you is all the platforms to go see what places are hiring remotely. And so even with that being said, this is all remote work opportunities. And so these are a list of 17 jobs looking for remote employees. So these companies that I'm sharing right now are not companies that are specifically remote. Like, for example, Amazon. Amazon is, of course, they are brick and mortar. They require drivers. They need people to work in the factories. Like, they need hands-on people. So these companies are not remote, solely remote companies. These are companies that are just looking for remote employees, meaning they don't want to pay you to come into the office. So you have Amazon, Apple, Dell, and they're hiring right now. So this list is based upon who's hiring right now. So if you wanted to work for any of these companies remotely, you could go apply, and basically once you apply, you'll even get benefits. Like, you might get some discounts with Apple or something, and you might be able to get some discounts with these within their benefits. So remote employees, it has a lot of benefits because you get benefits. And so right here, American Express. So here are more places that are looking for remote employees right now. So you can take this list and you can go apply for all of them. You can start finish planning this grand exit, and by the time you get ready to leave, you got your remote job, you got your place where you're gonna live. Remember, we can find the place according to our budget, and boom, we out. Hey, we out. But I really want to encourage entrepreneurship, of course, but these are remote jobs. And so these right here, this is a list of businesses that you can start without any money down, without a large overhead. So like I said earlier, talking about your skills and what you love to do, you can be a freelance writer. You can be a virtual assistant. It don't cost nothing to be a virtual assistant. Are you great at social media? Are you great at answering calls? Are you great at answering emails? Wonderful, virtual assistant. Are you great at managing social media accounts? Social media manager. You like graphic design? Wonderful. Go download Canva. Start playing around with the logos. Get real good at building brands and get real good at all the good stuff. And boom, you're a graphic designer, an online tutor, a personal trainer. You can do this virtually. If you love working out, that's your passion. Okay, go ahead and say you're a personal trainer and that you have experience, with accomplishing physical goals. So let people hire you to train them virtually. I had a virtual trainer before. I had a virtual trainer in 2017. Event planning. You can plan and coordinate events. If you love these things, website design, these are businesses that you can start yourself without a large overhead. So if you want to open up a club or something, that's a big overhead. If you want to open up a restaurant, that costs money up front. But I'm showing you some businesses right now that you can start with no overhead. And virtual assistants and freelance writing is booming right now, simply because there's a lot of websites and blogs and other publications that need that content. And I know a lot of businesses right now that could use a virtual assistant. And yeah, it's just an amazing thing. So, oh, and moving right along, like affiliate marketing, for example. So affiliate marketing is a business that you can start with no overhead, right? Like you can promote products and services and earn commission. For example, the program that I have, Let's Get the Fuck Out of Here. This program is $699. And if you say, oh my God, this is a great program, I want to share it with my audience, I want to share it with people that I know will benefit from this, boom, you will make 50% every single time someone enrolls using your special link. Our affiliate program offers everybody 50%. So right now, if you know somebody that wants to move abroad and you know that this program is going to give them the bells and the whistles, the tools and the resources to make it happen, and you believe in this product, you can say, hey, go sign up for this course. If you sign up for the whole year, you'll get a lifetime access to it. But I know for a fact that you can use it before you leave the country, and you can use it while you're abroad. If you want to learn about visas, if you want to learn about pet sitting, and you want to learn about all the things, you'll have this as a resource. $6.99 for lifetime access, and then you get 50% commission, $350. All right, cool. Like my rent in Egypt, y'all. My rent in Egypt is $300. So if I was an affiliate of this program, all I got to do is sell one program a month, get someone to sign up once a month, and my bills are paid. So that's just the beauty of living abroad. Like the cost of living is nothing. So I mean, I would sign up. And so voiceover artists, if you are a person that loves to just kind of play around with your voice and do commercials and other media, reach out to people and say, hey, I can offer this as a service for you. I see what you're doing. Again, I mentioned this earlier. The girl Jade Nova, I follow her on Instagram, and she does voiceovers for like Nicki Minaj and like Beyonce. And I recently saw that she, got on with The Simpsons. Like, what? That's amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. So again, these are things, and a personal chef. Again, like if you love cooking, if you love meal prep, you can get your client to buy the groceries. You can charge a fee that covers everything, so you don't even come out of your pocket. You have your client pay, and then you go do your chef thing, and you go create this amazing culinary experience, right? Like it's you can do this. So moving right along. So I just showed you 19 businesses that you can start without an overhead, without a large overhead. I also showed you 17 companies looking for jobs right now. So when it comes to growing your business, I already talked to you about like having that lead magnet, having that your offer, being visible. But if you're not like a social media person, you're like, I hate social media. Okay, utilize Upwork and utilize Fiverr. Right? So I am going to show you my Fiverr account, and I'm going to show you what I have paid for on Fiverr. So I'm going to show you my Fiverr account right now. And if you can still see my screen, please put a 2. Oh, hey, Evie, I'm sorry. You just got out of work. I'm so happy you're here. Yes, Upwork. Oh, y'all, I'm just now seeing the comments. I'm sorry. I love y'all so much. I'm so glad y'all are here. So let me show you what I'll be paying for on Fiverr, right? So, I'm almost ashamed. No, I'm not. So let me show you. So I will spend money on Fiverr. And so if you have a product or something and you want to put it on Fiverr, do it. Put it on Fiverr, right? So I have, let's see. Okay, so let's see, let me show you something that was like kind of ridiculous. So a book cover, I had someone design a book cover. I had someone help me to build, I hired a virtual assistant on here back in March that ended up being my full-time assistant to this day. And I found an amazing virtual assistant on Fiverr. And then I had someone, this is something that I did early in my business. I had someone help me with social media because I just I didn't know what to do. And all this stuff. And so I help someone like help me design a website, but this is what I like pay. Create a pin on Pinterest for me. And the reason why I even go out to Fiverr is because I can't do everything. I cannot do everything. So I'm outsourcing. I am going to Fiverr to get my help. I am looking for help. So I'm like, Fiverr, what can I find? I even found someone on Fiverr offering tarot readings. Now, I didn't hire them, but I thought that was interesting because it's like you can do anything. And there's billions of people on here. So it's like you're connected to the whole world. The woman that I hired to help me with my website, she lived in Ghana. And we just talked according to like her particular, hold on, I'm going to share my screen again. We just talked according to what she needed, and I mean what I needed, and we talked about, you know, what time frame worked best, and yeah, we just did what it did. And so where we at? Okay, here we go. So back to the presentation or whatever. Yeah, I be hiring anybody on Fiverr, and I say that jokingly because it's like the Walmart of freelancing. So you can, oh, and I meant to tell you guys this. So I got someone else to hire me today for UGC content. So something else that I do that's so much fun to me is I create user generated content. And Evie, I was telling you about this before because I can see you doing it. I can see you creating user generated content. So today I got a message from I can see all y'all doing it. But I know I mentioned this to you a couple of months ago. And so I got a message from someone, because I have a Fiverr account too. So I offer my services through Fiverr. Like people that are looking for credit repair, find me through Fiverr. People that are looking for, you know, UGC content and stuff, they find me there. And so someone messaged me today and wanted to know if I would be willing to film some UGC content for their baby brand. So it's all, this brand is about pumping and breastfeeding. So they wanted to know if I could like film a 30-second video about breastfeeding and nursing or pumping. Of course I will. So I sent them back. I said, yes, I will. Like, how many days do you need? How long do you want for this content? They said 2 days. So boom, like I'll just make a 30-second video and I'll get it to them in 2 days. But I've had 3 people reach out to me this week to create just authentic media for them, video for them, for nothing. They don't know me on social media. They don't know me as Zainab. They don't know me as Phoenix Rising. They just see someone that has a profile that says, hey, I create user generated content. Boom. And that's it. And so I also, for a little bit, I was offering my other services on Fiverr, but I decided to take it down because it was too much bookings, and I just wanted to take the path of the least resistance, and I didn't want to do that service. So Upwork and Fiverr are amazing, incredibly amazing, and these are 2 platforms that you can use to grow your business. So if you have your travel agency or you have your online course, and I'll show you this too. So I did like a year and a half ago, I downloaded something off of Fiverr for like an online coaching program. And literally I paid, and they sent me a login. I don't know, I can't go back. They sent me a login and a password, and that was my unique identifier, and I logged in and I took this course. And then that's when I was like, God dang, I could sell my course on Fiverr. So you use that network, and then also use other people's networks too. So as you're in the space of growing your business, go on social media, go on YouTube, see who's doing what it is that you're doing, see who is like booming in that industry or talking about what you're talking about. Go and say, hey, I have this amazing product that I think will benefit your community. I have this dope product that will benefit your community, and I'll give you 20% every time someone from your community signs up. When y'all are watching podcasts and y'all see the guests come on the podcast, and then y'all see them, say, go and sign up for this Miss Link, click on this link and get this product. That host of the podcast most likely got a commission. And I learned that from Myron Golden. So Myron Golden, like, he charges like $25,000 for coaching, but he got a lot of free game on YouTube. But every single time I see him featured on something, he literally makes it clear that he sells something to their audience. And if you sell something to their audience, and their audience will most likely get, the host will get a kickback. So leverage other people's networks, right? And Upwork and Fiverr are amazing. Anybody can do that. And so again, tomorrow is another Money Talk day. Like, I go into more detail about Money Talk, but y'all know how I feel about just bombarding you with a whole lot of information in just this hour that we have together. So tomorrow we will continue this Money Talk, and yeah, we'll just keep diving deep. And tomorrow I get to individually, well, we'll get there tomorrow. So as I wrap up, what I want you to know is that, like, working remotely requires discipline. It's 100% possible, but it does take some discipline, because you want to be able to just kind of like disconnect. You want to have a space dedicated for working. Like yesterday, or when I was at my daddy's house, like, I ain't have a space for working, so the baby was in the camera. Like, it was a lot going on. So like, time management is huge, and having a space dedicated just for you. And with that being said, like, you can make it work. Just don't overwhelm yourself. Don't burn out yourself. Take breaks and stay connected to the community. But so yesterday and today goes hand in hand, because now you know sites to go to find who's working, like what's working and what's not, what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And then you can use the website from yesterday to say, okay, is this a place? Is this place where I want to go remote work friendly? Is this a place for a digital nomad? And so I, again, want to encourage y'all to, I really want to see you tell your story, and I really want to see you just evolve as your own personal brand, because you have so much to offer, and it's just not fair for you to keep it all to yourself. You have to share it with the world. And so, even as a hair and makeup artist, or just doing hair as a cosmetologist, I know that's a hands-on skill. I know it's a hands-on service. But what if you were able to do like a series of, like a private series where you have a private group where you go and show people how you create these amazing hairstyles, or hairstyling one-on-one, or like how not to flat iron your hair, and just like a mini series on hair, because I could benefit from that. So if I can benefit from it, I know there's a million other people that can benefit from it too. Think about that young girl or that adult who had locks her whole life, and then she cut her hair, and now she's like really trying to figure out, like, how do I maintain healthy hair? Of course. Like, we are in an era where you can monetize your passion with no problem. And so as we conclude this, just let's utilize those resources. We can apply for jobs, but more than anything, I want you to really focus on what it is that you have to offer, what you're passionate about, and just kind of go from there. So that's it for tonight. I am gonna stop sharing my screen, and I'm gonna end the live so that I can come and answer any questions or comments that y'all may have. And so give me 1 second. Let me just hang up with the people on the live. And oh yeah, so I'll answer this question. Yeah, UGC. So UGC is user generated content, and UGC is basically, like, go look it up on Fiverr. Like, if you want to see people doing it, do hashtag UGC on like social media or something like that. And actually, I'll share a profile. Let me put a profile in the group to show you guys someone on social media that's doing UGC really well, and I like her content a lot. But UGC is just you, and I'll share my videos. I'll share my UGC videos, but it's just you sitting in front of a camera just like this, like we are right now, talking about a product. Sometimes people will send me a script and say, will you say this about my company? And I'll say, yeah. So I just read the script with 2 to 3 lines, and I say exactly what they asked me to say, or I just wing it. And then I did have someone actually send me a product, and I tried the product. It was awesome. It was mushroom tea, and I loved the mushroom tea. And I talked about how much I love the mushroom tea, and it was just that simple. So I'm going to share this with y'all. I'm going to put this in the chat, and then like I said, I'm going to end this so that we can wrap up together. So everyone that tuned in tonight, I appreciate you for tuning in. This isn't something that I do. This is a very exclusive thing. But for some reason, I started my class an hour early. It was only me and one other person on the call. I was trying to figure out where everybody was at. And I realized, like, I'm on Eastern time zone. So I just decided that I was gonna film live here because maybe I'm supposed to, you know, do it all over again. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and you can join the self-paced program. The live workshop is coming to an end, but if you're interested in moving abroad and you want just all the bells and the whistles and the butterflies and the roses and the foundation to move abroad, the self-paced program will definitely give you what you need to go. And the self-paced program is so helpful. Let me see. And I'm not going to answer any questions on here because I'm just going to save questions for my group. Yeah, y'all weren't able to see the screen because I'm on Zoom. Alright guys, so I'm gonna hang up on this Instagram. I appreciate everyone for being here, and I'll just keep the replay on the page.